are live. Hello, hello. Welcome to Ask a Bee, everyone. Now, normally we read the letters from anonymous people that send all kinds of letters, very different kinds of letters. In fact, going through them, I realized I had to go through them again. But I want to encourage all of you to do the same. Write a letter in. We also have merchandise that I would love for you to check out. For any of our wonderful iron sharpening iron spin-offs, and definitely make sure you catch the Coach's Corner tomorrow. We are so excited for tomorrow. I'm getting excited. I know Mama Lions is, and I've seen the product of some really amazing work that is, well, it's going to wow you just like it did me. Okay, so like I was saying, today's show is just a little bit different, and honestly, it's, I think, very necessary. So no letter today. In fact, this is going to sound wrong, and I certainly hope it doesn't, but this one's going to be about me. Okay? I'm not being narcissistic or anything. It's just something I've learned in the last couple of hours, honestly. And I want to tell you something. If you've ever struggled with believing good things about yourself, then this topic is definitely for you. Now, this morning, somebody said something simple, very simple. Coming from you, B, that means a lot. Now, instead of receiving it, I froze. Because I didn't understand why my opinion mattered so much to someone I respect so deeply. So today, we're going to talk about what or why it's hard to take a compliment. Why we shrink when we should stand tall. And why it's easier to believe that bad stuff, believe the bad stuff over the good. Sorry, this one's a little hard on me. We're going to talk about how that ends today, though. Okay? This is my core wound explanation. Sometimes healing doesn't start with a compliment. It starts with why the compliment hurts. For a lot of us, it goes back to childhood. Maybe you were the caretaker, the problem solver. You kept the whole house running and nobody noticed, Maybe every time you did something right, it was expected. But every mistake was remembered forever. So compliments feel dangerous, not comforting. Praise, it feels uncomfortable, and not even uplifting like it should be. Love feels conditional, and worth feels earned, not inherent. That has a name, okay? The core wound of I am not enough. And that wound, it shows up in adulthood when someone finally sees your value and you don't know what to do with it. Okay, I'm going to be as real as I can here. I didn't grow up believing my voice had weight. Okay, I didn't grow up seeing myself as anything special. I became the person who handled everything, the kids, the home, the chaos, but never myself. And when you don't choose yourself for decades, it's hard to suddenly believe you matter. So when someone says, coming from you, that means a lot. Okay, my first instinct was, who am I? Why would my voice matter so much? But here's the truth that I was forced to face. Not forced, you know what I mean. I've spent years being powerful without ever acknowledging it. I said it. I said it out loud. Okay? You heard it. I'll say it again. I have spent years being powerful without ever acknowledging it. Now, I built BBTV from the ground up. I've learned editing and production and some graphics and audio, live streams, how to write, how to show up. Okay? I'm blessed to help build an entire universe. I've helped in reaching monetization for multiple channels. I helped shape formats that the entire network uses now. Wow. Saying that out loud to you right now is wow for me. It's true. I show up for every panel, every episode, every project because I want to, because it gives me purpose. Okay? I find it hard to believe, but I have been told most people couldn't do what I do if they tried. Very hard to believe. And then I minimalize all of it, just like I just did. I think today I'm going to stop minimizing. I'm not minimizing anymore. Look, compliments hit hard. They do. I totally get it. I felt it. But I'm tired of getting it this way, you know? I'm tired of feeling like that. I don't want to feel the opposite of what I should feel. When we haven't been seen most of our lives, being seen feels unsafe. Compliments, they feel like pressure, responsibility, attention we didn't ask for, or did we? Expectations we feel scared to meet. And then we go and we meet them and find out that we went above and beyond and we didn't even realize we did it. Let me tell you something, what I've learned. And I think it's been over time, not just today, but today it hit home. A compliment doesn't say something about your failure. A compliment says something about someone else's clarity. They see something real in you. They're just handing you the mirror. So this is my message that literally changed today's show. And yes, I had a letter today. I had a show ready. All my notes, all my talking points, and I swiped it. Absolutely swiped it and rewrote this. Just like I did yesterday. It had purpose. And I will do that every time if I have to, if it has purpose. And this one does for me. And I think for a lot of people out there that feel the same way. Okay, so this is the message that changed today's show. I've said it out loud a couple of times. That's a huge accomplishment for me. I went from answering a letter to a whole new show. Hi, Big Jack. Good to see you, man. Good timing, too. So when they said, coming from you, that means a lot, I realized I had it backwards. I kept seeing myself as just B. But they were talking to me as a producer, as a creator. Hi, Patty. Good to see you, honey. Thank you for being here. And they kept seeing me as, a woman who built her own network, who shows up and for the community again and again. There's no surprise that I have input, okay? It's kind of expected. Or maybe that's not the right way to put it. Maybe hoped for. But I think it shows me I'm valued and my voice is heard. And that's what I was missing. I'm not ashamed to say that moment cracked something open for me today. Absolutely did. And let me ask y'all, now that I got some of you in the chat, when somebody compliments you, do you believe it? Do you brush it off or shrink back? Or, do you say, oh, it's nothing? Why? Where did you learn that from? Let's talk about that. Because you have to rewire at this point. Your brain always believes the message it heard the most, even if that message was wrong. And you know what? You can be brilliant. You can be creative and compassionate and powerful and talented and gifted and still not recognize any of it. And yes, Big Jack, sometimes you say that to protect yourself from the negativity. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, I totally agree and understand that completely. Patty says, I have to say I'm a little cynical. Like, I wonder what they want from me. I try to fight it. Agreed. Because let's face it, there are a lot of people out there that just, it's easier just to walk away from it and never look back too. And cynical. That's a very good word for it. That's absolutely probably what I am too. Pardon me. Mostly because, anybody that does call me, that's just because they want something. And usually I hate to say it, it's usually a family member. And I fight that too, because just as soon as I get on the phone, they can tell it in my voice that I'm like, yeah, what do you want? And I hate that I do that sometimes, because sometimes it's not really about that. But sometimes it's also a defense mechanism, because, if you sound like that when you get on the phone with them, then they won't ask you for whatever it is they want or try to butter you up to get it. Right? And definitely protecting yourself from the negativity. Yeah. But I think that's where we need to start rewiring the most. And, it starts with one truth, and you should say it out loud every day. And mine is today. My voice matters. I think it's hard because I'm fighting this one internally right now. Because this compliment hit me so hard and I froze, and I tried so hard to say thank you. But I was like, but you're wrong. That's what I wanted to say. I don't want to say thank you. I want to say, no, you're wrong. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything remotely enough to earn that kind of trust and respect. But that's because I don't stop, take a look at myself, and realize that, wait a minute, maybe you actually did. Maybe once upon a time when you started, no, you maybe didn't. But They're accomplishments that I keep overlooking. Mostly because I don't want them to be my accomplishments. Because my pride, I have to push my pride to somebody else. I don't have pride for me. And that's probably a bad thing too. Patty says, then I have to think, now I have to live up to an expectation. What if I fail or am not as good as they think I am? I feel you be absolutely. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But here's where the kicker really is here. And the thing that kicked me in the butt this morning. Seriously. There has been a series of things, not just one thing, not just a handful of things. There's been a series of things that I have done since I started this venture that has made this person have this opinion of me. And those actions were mine. My good choices. Some of them weren't great choices, and, they didn't all work, but a lot of them did. And that's purpose, right? And it's not because somebody else gave it to me. It's because I found it myself. And I think that's the part that's been kicking me all day is, you should have found this sooner, lady. It's been slapping me in the face daily, okay? I think the best revelations are self-revelations, It's it's hard to fathom the fact that I had looked over all this stuff at this point because of how that message hit me this morning. Okay? And yes, I had some help finding that answer, internally. I fought my brain with it for a minute and I thought about it. And then I rewrote the show. Sometimes you just need confirmation that it's time to move forward. Amen. You said a mouthful, sir. Amen. Thank you, Big Check. That is, yes, absolutely. And that's exactly what it did. That is exactly what it did. And I think today I'm really stepping into a new identity because of it. I've already started on my way from survivor to creator, okay? Now I feel like I'm moving from creator to influencer. And to me, that seems like the right goal. Not to diminish the title creator, okay? I don't mean anything by that, but we all want to help others. And this is how you grow personally, by influencing, correct? Am I wrong? I don't think so. And most of my life, I have survived. I didn't drink. I kept things alive. Kids, home, family. But it didn't keep me alive. This work that I've been doing for this past year, the first time in years I feel alive. And let me tell you, the empty nest thing is for real. Now, my nest may not be that empty. I do have a daughter that still lives with me. And that's okay. We live in my mother's big old house. But you lose yourself in being everybody else's something. You stop being you, You stop finding purpose or being creative. There's no confidence, no value. You don't feel needed. And then you realize all those things that you didn't feel when you started your little venture, You should be feeling them. They're right there in front of you every day. And sure, it took a while to get there. But before you stands a woman who just realized how freaking really blessed I am today. Seriously. And that just makes me want to do more for myself and for others. And that's why I rewrote this whole show. Because you need to hear this too. Everybody needs to hear this. I don't care how many people are watching right now or will get to see this video. I hope that everybody eventually finds it, okay? Be creative. Find your purpose and drive it. Confidence. Have it. You already have value. Wait. Stop. I'm going to start over. This is the way I need to do it, and this is the way you should do it too. I am creative. I am purpose-driven. I am confident. I am valuable, and I am needed. And guess what? I'm a little bit gifted too. I'm not a background character in my life anymore, and I encourage you not to be. And Patty says, you said it all right there, B. We do lose ourselves as caregivers, but it's never too late to find ourselves with the help of others. Amen, sis. Amen. And you got me. You know that, Patty. Every step of the way, honey. I'm right there with you. And that's the way it should be. We need to be more for each other and stop all this petty mess. You guys, Big Jack says the message is the message and it will reach those it's supposed to reach. Exactly. That is exactly what I'm hoping for. Absolutely. And you know what? I want you guys, if you felt that, please send us an email. Send us an email. Any one of us. It's up there. Send us an email. You know, I can say this now proudly. I'm a creator. I'm a producer. I'm a storyteller. And I'm a builder. I'm a woman who gets things done. And people see that now, including my partner influencers. The most powerful shift is I'm starting to see it too. And let me tell you, the person that sent me that message this morning, you take this credit because this is exactly what we were meant to do for each other and for everyone around us. And I really hope this helps other people. I truly do. Please know this, okay? You're enough. You're more than. You're absolutely much more than you have ever given yourself credit for. You deserve to take up space, okay? Say it out loud. You deserve to be good at something. You deserve compliments that are true. And thank you is a great answer. Yes, sir, Big Jack. We are stronger together. Amen. And that, my friends, is absolutely the mantra of the day. Because we are. You know, I don't think I've ever felt as much value as I do here lately. And I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do this, though. But I need you to know compliments are no longer going to be hard for me. Because I deserve to be valued. And I deserve the opportunities that are coming. And you know what? So do you. We all deserve to be a part of a team like I'm blessed to be a part of. We deserve to be proud of what we build together and by ourselves. You deserve to believe in yourself. And don't just start doing it. Just do it. Just do it. It's a switch. Flip it on. It's absolutely a switch. Just flip it on. Okay? And this part is really important that I need to say right now. I'm not trying to put anyone on point here, okay? But I know you're watching. Thank you for seeing me when I couldn't see myself. Thank you for listening to me, for including me, for trusting me, for letting me know that it's okay to grow alongside you, and for showing me that my voice has value. I'm still learning to accept compliments, but today I took one and I believed it. And that's what this show is about. You helped me do that. And I finally get to put it out there where you can see it, because that's the confidence that message gave me today. Oh, so that didn't take up my whole show like I was really hoping for. So I may just go ahead and do us a letter. But, ooh, enough of that mushy stuff, right? I can't tell you how blessed I feel to be here talking to you today on my very own show. Let me tell you something. Forget the letter. We're going to keep going with this because I want you to know this. Before last week, I really didn't have the confidence to do this. My channel has been a shorts channel. It's been a faceless channel. I have 24/7 live streams for weather and space gobbledygook. Let's call it that. And it was because of my confidence level. And let me tell you, because I found friends here that know, that can see that part of me, that can say, hey, you know what? I think she needs a little uplifting, so I'm going to send her a little message. That is so priceless to me. So priceless. And I did think I need to explain something here. I've been transparent with everybody for quite a while. You all know that it only took me 4 months to get monetized. And then it took me 3 to lose it. I thought I had corrected everything and I reapplied, and now they want me to reapply in 3 months. That's okay. God said it again. I'm just not quite ready. I have too much to build. I have too much to learn, and I'm okay with that. And when I got that message this morning, it was pretty much right after I found out. And can I tell you, as disappointing as being disapproved was this morning, this message just totally wiped it up. Because it reminded me, God reminded me. And I'm sorry if you don't believe in God, you probably should. That's my beliefs. But let me tell you this. God said, nope, this is where you're supposed to be. And that's where I went. And that's where I am. And that's where I'm staying. I don't care about the monetization. The channel, I care about the channel. I care about where it's going and how it's headed there. And I'm doing some big changes. I'm not rebranding again. We are BBTV. And that's where we're going to stay. Because BBTV produces one of the most amazing universes. And let me tell you, I'm simply a galaxy in it. And I will stay that way as long as they will have me. And I'm okay with that. I don't care about the monetization. I do not. What I care about is that this channel helps somebody like it's helped me. I've spent a year here meeting new people, meeting some amazing people, meeting some not quite so desirable people too. But you know what? That's life. And I'm here for it. And let me tell you something else. Those amazing people, 9 times out of 10, even though this is just my first week of Ask a Bee, have been in my chat in one form or another. Even when, they had to use a different one because maybe the SEO wasn't set or something. Big dog. So I love you for it. I'm being sappy still. I don't care. The thing about this is that I have grown so very much in this past year. And you know what? Even more so in just the past 3 or 4 months. In August, I started a new venture in my YouTube career. And yes, I'm calling it a career. I may not make money off of it, but you know what I'm making? It's so much more priceless than money. I found me. That nobody could pay me for. I don't care. It's not the money. I care about the channel. I care about the people. I care about the universe that I get to produce. That is a blessing. That is a gift. Okay? And that gift was given to me because I showed up. Trust is so hard to earn anymore. And when you do, and you don't realize how immense that trust truly is, man, wake up. And I did. I did this morning. And I appreciate that so much because you know what? I've got a lot to offer still. And I've produced some pretty darn good looking videos too for myself and for others. And I'm learning. I've learned so much since August. I have. I still don't think that I will ever catch up to Bossman's caliber when it comes to videos and editing and stuff. But you know what? I'm learning. Let's see. Patty says, the amazing people like everyone associated with Big Jack give me a renewed faith in humanity. That is priceless. Amen, sis. Amen. That I couldn't have said it better myself. And amen. I feel that. And I have the same reflection for that. Because come on. Think about all these wonderful guests that, Big Jack, he's just a people person. I don't think there's any other way to say that. He knows a good person when he sees it. He knows. And he brings in that good feeling person and makes us all believe that, hey, life can be better. Maybe show us that, hey, our problems aren't so tough. Maybe show us that, hey, we are worth it. I never thought when I came onto YouTube that I would find anything like this. I thought, oh man, this is going to be a competition. It's going to be like playing games all day or something, a competition. And in a sense, yes, it very much is. Pardon me. But let me tell you, it's not a competition with everybody else. It's a competition with yourself. Very much so. Because you're always I'm always beating myself up, man. That could have been so much better than it was. Until I started doing Ask a Bee. And every show I have been so happy about. Absolutely. Every single show I have been so happy with. And this is day 6. Tomorrow I do not have a show. We don't work on the Lord's Day here. At least not online. That's a family day. But yes, this is, I can't even complain about how this one's gone so far. And you know what? I'm still trying to get through. Yes, absolutely, Jack. You want to give real product for the people. You know, I've been dying to try this. I'm going to. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. Because I can see it on my big TV too. I like that a lot. I think with a single person on stage, that's a good thing. It's not covering me or my brand. So I like it. What you think? Anyway, I don't know. This just wasn't, it didn't feel like a letter day for me. It kind of felt like a healing day. And, you know, I think that's what we need to do for each other. Yeah, it is, Big Jack. I think it's great like that because then I can see it better because I can't always see it over here because I'm looking here to make sure I'm not, I don't know, spitting on the camera or something. Yeah, I like it though. I hadn't tried it yet. It works. But so to try and get back on topic, I guess, you know, if you struggle with your worth or believing good things about yourself, you know, taking up space, then, you know, I really hope you heard something today that cracked up in your own mirror. Somebody put a mirror in front of me this morning, unintentionally, or maybe intentionally. I'm not quite sure. Either way, it was appreciated. But, you know, I feel confident now. I feel a lot more confident now. I feel like you can probably see that in today's episode. Just, I got on here and just got into it. And it feels good to be able to do that and know that. Let me tell you this, okay? Yesterday, I went to look and I watched the viewers. You can't not look at how many viewers are in there. Like right now, there are 4 viewers. I don't know if they're on my channel. I don't know if they're on Big Jack's channel. I know 2 of them are talking. 2 of them are not. I also know that one of them is probably my television, and that's fine. But yesterday, I didn't see Patty, and that's okay, honey. I know you got a life. But what I saw was a message later, a comment. Patty, thank you for coming back and watching the replay. I really appreciate that, honey. You have no idea how much that comment meant to me. From you especially, sweetie. You're my sister. You know that. And that was more pricelessness to me. That means, gosh, Patty said 2 episodes ago that I'm beloved. And can I tell you, that one hit hard too. Okay. I think that's probably what started me in to that awakening moment that comment or that compliment this morning kind of pushed me in there. And the 2 of you, I just need you to know how much you've helped me just this week. Okay. I need you to know that you have put a whole new fire underneath me that, well, it was there, not extinguished. It just needed to be fanned. And thank you for fanning it for me. Thank you. I think that all my talking points I've gone completely through because there's so much I want to say and get through to this. There's so much I want to, you know, it's hard to say anything now because I'm kind of lost in this thought that, wow, what Patty said, the compliment I got this morning, all these things. I'm waking up right before your very eyes, guys. This is what's happening. And Big Jack says, too many times we get caught up in the views, clicks, and likes. Just be real and the rest will handle itself. Amen. And it has been. It very much has been. Yes, it very much has been. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to stretch this one out with another letter or anything because I'm getting a little flustered about all this. You know what? I don't think I've ever had such a good revelation and been able to have such a good moment to be able to talk about it to anybody. And I think I'm just wowing myself with myself right now. I've really gotten to that point where I can say, hey, look at what I've done. That's how many people do that? Honestly, how many people do that? How many people can say, hey, I've done something good and not be, this narcissistic person trying to, I don't know, make it about themselves. This isn't about me. This is about what other people did for me and what now I want to do for others. That's my point here. That's what Ask a Bee is about. When I read a letter, it's nice. It's nice to get into somebody else's head for a minute because then it takes me out of mine. But stop and think about it. I don't always want to be out of your head, right? And that's probably one of those rewiring situations that you need to be in there. You need to compliment yourself. I think that's my biggest thing. I think that is my hugest thing. Honestly, I don't compliment myself at all. I save it for somebody else. And believe me, when I compliment somebody else, it is from the bottom of my heart because I don't sugarcoat. I'm from Texas, y'all. We don't sugarcoat nothing. But I will not give you, this bad review either. I will tell you, though, listen, you did good. Accept that. But I won't tell myself that. That is something we all have to rewire. You guys, seriously. And the revelations I've had just since I started this whole show today is I need to do the same. Wow, that's huge. Okay. Big Jack says, what is it like to have a solo show? Oh, nerve-wracking. But fun. And I'm learning today, well worth it. Yeah, you want to not be, I don't know, self-centered, I guess is a good way to put it. When you're on the show talking about yourself and stuff, you want to point your attention towards others. But sometimes you do need to turn around and do that, especially being on a solo show. Okay, pardon me. Because with a solo show, you are sitting here with your information that you brought together before this, which, let me tell you, if I had said everything that I have written down, I probably would be here for 3 hours. But you edit that, you shrink it down, try to keep it to a full hour. You want to keep your attention on the chat room. You want to keep your attention here and there and try new things. And it's hard. Okay. I'm sorry. I think it's a lot harder than doing a panel. I do the ladies' diary, so I do have a panel that I've done. But it's more difficult because there's nobody to bounce off of. There's the chat room, and I do my very best, but there's going to come a time, I hope, that there's going to be so much going on in the chat room that I'm not going to be able to keep up, like with the ladies' diary. But I'm also with that, I can't keep up with the chat if I've got to keep up with a panel of people either, right? So all my attention is focused, hyper focused right here in the center with what I have to have open, all my tools, all my talking points, and I have 2 computers I work from because, well, that's just how my brain works. Total transparency. I have ADHD. I know I do. I have a hard time staying on task. Really, I do. I have a hard time keeping myself centered on one specific thing sometimes, and then I get lost in my thoughts. So, of course, I've got talking points. I don't have a script. A script to me is too inorganic. I want to be more organic. I want people to know that it's me talking, not ChatGPT. Okay. I know some people, they use help from ChatGPT, and I'm a believer. Okay. But I've also taken some courses in college that I can, write. I have a lot of writing courses under my belt. So I would rather write what I want to say on here because it sounds more organic. It sounds more like me. It doesn't sound reproduced. It sounds like it's coming off my head, which is what it should be. Now, Jack says, what's the main streaming program that I use? The main streaming program, well, I'll tell you, I have 2 main streaming programs. For my live streams, I use OBS. It's easy and you can use it portable. You can have different instances of OBS. It's a little bit more of a programmer's kind of program. So you have to be real technical. And, well, I like tedious stuff, So the other one is StreamYard, though. And there is a link in the description for StreamYard. Y'all check it out. Okay. It is the Sharpening Iron Universe StreamYard. So click on it. Take care of it. It is probably one of the best outside of, honestly, OBS. I don't know how yet to be able to use it to stream out to other services or other social media like Twitch or anything like that. But StreamYard, you have all kinds of options. And mostly with StreamYard, the best thing I think about it is it's not a program that goes on your computer. Okay. It's a web-based program. And so it takes less resources on your computer when you're using StreamYard. With my OBS, I have to do all kinds of tweaking around to make sure that my 24/7 live streams run seamless, and they do for the most part, unless, of course, there's a hiccup in the internet or something like that. But with StreamYard, you can't really loop anything. So that's why I use OBS. Um, or well, it's easier to stream from like a government or a public domain like NASA or like NOAA, which is pretty much what I use. NASA, NOAA, stuff like that. But um, observatories, things like that. Now, StreamYard, I think, is better, especially for the solo show, because, I get all the bells and whistles. If I want to applaud myself, I can. I won't, but I can, and it's got different options. And you can also have team members, and that way, it makes it cheaper for you, number one, and it makes easier for when you have a network of shows or just, you know, working together, collaborating and stuff like that. And by the way, Bossman still here. We got to talk about collaborations. I think it's a good thing. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't really I don't think I've tried Restream or any of those other ones really. It's just, I don't know. These are easier, I guess. These are more user friendly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The solo show is really hard. It really is. It's hard to keep on point. It's hard to keep going and still having more to talk about too. And I do try to keep up with the chat. I do hope also that there will come a time that I won't have to keep up with the chat. But it does look like, thank you, Bossman, for helping me pull it out a little bit further, that we've gotten pretty close to our hour. So I do think I am going to go ahead and close this up a lot. I'm sorry, shouldn't read at the same time. So, okay, here we are. Now then, forgive me. Restream is good, but StreamYard is better in my opinion. That's Big Jack's opinion. Yes, I think I tend to agree because from what I've heard, I haven't used Restream like I said, but oh, thank you, Patty. Wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed your Ladies Diary show. Oh, thank you, honey. I'm so happy you went and seen it. It's I love the Ladies Diary because it's just fun sitting around like a bunch of hens, just talking and pecking. That's Texas me, I guess. That's the Texas me. I can't help it. I grew up with my grandmother and her friends, all of them just sitting around the table talking. And that's what it feels like to me. It's like a bunch of queens sitting at our round table. Just to see all amazing women is inspiring. Absolutely. It is. That's when I saw Big Jack's table of men, his panelists, his gentleman's journal, I thought, man, that is very inspiring. I know men need a place. We all need a place. Men especially, when they need to learn how, to let that out without hurting themselves even further. And I think Big Jack's got that with Gentleman's Journal. They get to come and talk about the things they really want to talk about and need to talk about. And I think, with the letters and everything is just, wow. I don't even know what to say. The whole thing is just exploding right now, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So I am going to go ahead and say, as per our show today, enough of that mushy stuff. I'm going to go ahead and close out this episode. This wasn't a letter day. This was a healing day. And that's what we all need to do more of for each other. Okay. If you struggle with your worth, if you struggle with believing good things about yourself, or if you struggle with the fact that you do take up space, then I hope today you heard something that cracked open your own mirror. You don't have to shrink anymore. You don't have to hide your talent. You don't have to be invisible. And you can believe the truth about yourself, just like I'm learning to believe it about me. Okay? Now, y'all, do me a favor. Okay? Y'all show up tomorrow. Coach's Corner. I'm telling you, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all be there. Mama Lions is going to bring an amazing show. It's her debut. Bye, Patty. Love you, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you there, Bossman, for the new spinoff. Definitely the Coach's Corner tomorrow. And y'all make sure you get over there and see any of Jack's spinoffs. They are all amazing. And keep your funny. Keep your faith. Keep your peace. Like, share, subscribe for more. Don't miss the live streams. Okay? This has been Ask a Bee. Y'all have a good one. I love you. Bye-bye.